Hey, good evening and welcome inside the Lumpkin Center on the campus of Columbus State University. It is Peach Belt Conference tourney time here on inside Columbus, and we welcome everyone who's joining us here on Cougar Sports TV. I'm Corey Aldis. We're about set for the opening tip. Ajane Dawkins, Quadrilla, Farah are there at center court, and we're underway here inside the Lumpkin Center. It's the Peach Belt Conference quarterfinals. And we're ready for some Lady Cougar ball here this evening. Farah takes the opening shot, off the mark, no good as Ebo grabs the board. It's a nice turnout here inside the Lumpkin Center. We have our entire softball team in the house, all dressed up with face paint and all, as you see Dawkins with the putback gets the first points on the board for CSU. Well, we welcome those who have joined us here on Cougar Sports TV. I'm Corey Aldis. We'll be here this evening. Scott Miller is on the road with the men's team. Make sure to join us on Cougar Sports TV for the men's game to follow, as he'll have all the coverage out there. Both of these two teams, both of our Lady Cougar teams, are actually taking on the Pacers. It's going to be a fun evening for some Cougar basketball, and hopefully we can get two Cougar wins over USC Aiken. Nice move there by Dawkins, but couldn't finish as the board is cleared by USC Aiken. Well, they're very thin out there, Aiken that is. Only 6 dressed players for the game tonight. Again, those that have followed the past game, USC Aiken, a whole bunch of suspensions up and down both their men's and women's roster. We'll get word on how many are going to be suiting up for the men, but in their last game there was just 5 that had suited up. But tonight for the ladies, just 6 dressed on the bench. Up top, it's Gardner. Gardner looking to get that one over to Suzuki, and great defense there by the Lady Cougars. Well, if you're Columbus State, it's going to be all about press, 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 and up and down the court. When you look and see just one person on the bench for USC Aiken, you're ready to run and gun and play Lady Cougar basketball, and hopefully we can see that, especially on the defensive side for Columbus State. Here's a 3 from Kayla Carter, good to go. Carter this season shooting 34% from behind the arc, gets her first one to go down. And here's that pressure defense from CSU in the backcourt, stuck, and it's going to be a turnover. Ebo's going to come up with the steal. Coach Hauser clapping away. Here comes CSU, up 5-3. Williamson has it, top of the key. Carter goes down to Boston. Boston matched up with Farah. Skip pass, Ebo. Dawkins at the elbow. Leasia Williamson, one of the best guards inside the entire conference, goes to the rack for 2. She averages 17 points a game this season. The junior originally from Greensboro, North Carolina. And Columbus State has the early 4-point advantage. Far side corner, it's Madison Williams up top. Gardner trying to drive on Williamson. Great defense there. Inside, knocked away. Ebo, another steal. Here comes Ebony Williams into the front court. Bounce pass. Carter. Uh-oh, look out. Williamson, top of the key. Splash! Williamson complaining to one of the refs. It looked like she might have gotten her contact knocked out, and she was hit in the eye. Right now, CSU on top, 10-3. Suzuki trying to go down low. Farah off glass, good. And now they'll get a stoppage of play in to help Leasia Williamson out. Well, Farah, we mentioned Leasia Williamson, one of the best guards inside the entire conference. Farah, one of, if not the best post player inside the entire conference. Second team all-region selection last year and a first team all-conference player. Her freshman season back in 2016, she was a PBC Freshman of the Year. She really does it all for USC Aiken, and they are going to have to rely heavily upon her this evening. To inbound it, it's Two-Wheel. Alec Two-Wheel, the senior from Lake St. Louis, Missouri. One of the key players on this USC Aiken squad, averaging 12 points and 8 boards a game. A little floater inside the lane there from Williams. goes down. Only averages 5 points a game, but she's going to be called upon to put up a lot of shots here this evening. Again, just 6 dressed players for the Pacers tonight. Merlos, who's just checked in for Leasia Williamson on cue. One of the best three-point shooters on this squad. Just shy of 40% from behind the arc. It gets off to a good start here. She had a fantastic game in the last game for the Lady Cougars against Young Harris. She hit 4 from distance, went 4 of 9 for CSU. Farah down low on Boston. So strong down low, and has a nice touch around the rim as well. Here's Williams. Down low, diagonal pass to Crystalline Boston. Oh, she missed the layup. Fighting for the rebound, can't quite get it as Farah comes away with it. A missed bunny there for the Lady Cougars. That's something that has plagued them this entire season. And come postseason time, as you see Kayla Carter come up with the steal, she goes in for the layup. Got to get some of those things corrected, and hopefully the Lady Cougars can see those bunnies go down for them this evening, and hopefully if they continue to progress in the tournament as it goes on. Here's two-wheel inside the free throw line, way off the mark. Right place, right time, though, for Farah. Well, she's been the one doing the early damage here for USC Aiken. 4 points and 2 boards. Another 3 from Merlos, this time off the mark, no good. Two-wheel clears it. 4:15 and counting left here in the first quarter play. It's 15-11, Lady Cougars on top by 4. Haven't had a single foul this entire first quarter. That's what we like to see. Up and down pace. Just let the ladies play. Farah off the mark, no good from 18 feet. That one's going to go out of bounds, and it should take us to our first media timeout. 3:57 left here in the first quarter. Lady Cougars on top by 4, 15-11.
Only 2% would go pro. That means over 470,000 will not get a shoe contract. No autographs. No private jets. No fan clubs. No Hall of Fame inductions. Instead, they will walk away with something much more valuable.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
Don't you worry, my child. Everything's
Back inside the Lumpkin Center as the Lady Cougars hold a 15-11 advantage here on Cougar Sports TV. So we appreciate all those that have joined us here this evening for this quarterfinal match as Columbus State is doing battle against USC Aiken. The men's team will tip off at 7:30 on the road at USC Aiken. 3:43 left here in this first quarter. Suzuki to the corner. They're looking to post up Gardner. Back up top to Suzuki, met by Kayla Carter. Lady Cougars still without Leasia Williamson. She's on the bench right now. Had to get that contact fix as Suzuki's going to fire away and drain a 3. Kana Suzuki, not one that hits or a lot of 3s throughout the season. Double-digit scoring just 3 times this year. But she's hitting 34% from behind the arc. Up top, it's Merlos. Splash. That's her second made three already, the 13th time this season that she's made at least 2 3-pointers for the Lady Cougars. She's second on the team in 3-pointers made. And it puts CSU back up by 4. There's a look that's off the mark there by Kayla Carter. That one goes off of her hands and will go out of bounds. Stay here with USC Aiken. Driving, it's Williams. That's going to be a travel. Picked up her dribble and dragged her foot. Another turnover for the Pacers. Turnover number 5 already in this first quarter. Well, they have brought their one substitute into the game. Rakoria Anderson, the sophomore from Rock Hill, South Carolina. Again, just 6 dressed tonight for USC Aiken. Another 3 for Valeria Merlos. Val feeling it here tonight. The transfer this season from Warner University in Lake Wells, Florida, already with 9 quick points. She had 14 points in the 18-point win against Young Harris this past weekend. They dump it down to Farah. Good off glass and the foul. Dawkins just a tick late there and inside the circle. Farah leads the way for the Pacers. She's got 8 points, a chance to make it 9 here. Farah just a 66% free throw shooter this season, but gets that one to go down to complete the 3-point play. So 21-17, a high-scoring first quarter here between these two. They've been hot from behind the arc. How about this? These two teams are combined 7 of 10 from distance, although right as I say that. Get an air ball thrown up there by the Lady Cougars. Williams met by Carter. The pump fake there by Two-Will. Now it's going to be Williams from the corner. No good. Kayla Carter gets it. A leak out here by Ebony Williams. She's got Ajane Dawkins. Instead, she goes to the rack for 2. Her first bucket of the game. Lady Cougar is up 6. Another 3 ball goes down. This time by Anderson. They say that there was a foot on the line there, so just a 2-pointer there by Anderson. And Farah with the block down low on Dawkins. Didn't even leave her feet, it looked like. 25 seconds left, about a 5-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Anderson, met by Williams. Into the corner, it's Two-Wheel. Two-Wheel trying to call on one of her teammates. Down to 4 on the shot clock. 3, fires one up, no good. Here comes Kayla Carter, takes a peek at the clock. She's got time, 3 seconds, 2. Ebony Williams right before the buzzer. Oh, she missed the layup for CSU. She hangs her head as the Lady Cougars will have to walk back to their bench, but they do have a 4-point advantage here on Cougar Sports TV. It's 23-19. Lady Cougars on top after 1.
To being our best.
Division II National SAC is proud to partner with the Sports Science Institute to play a role in the cardiac safety and health of student athletes.
Although many student athletes with heart conditions live healthy, active lives, up to 10 NCAA student athletes die each year of sudden cardiac death during athletic activities.
The facts are that immediate delivery of CPR and AED saves lives, so everyone should be CPR and AED trained. Please join us in this important initiative. Make it yours.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender.
Back inside the Lumpkin Center as the Lady Cougars hold a 4-point advantage at the end of the first quarter, 23-19. Both of these teams hitting shots from behind the arc. As they skip past that one over to Marilow, she's already hit 3 threes to open up this game. Williamson drives, bounce pass, great look there by Lee. Boston gets the layup. Beautiful pass there on the dump off from Leasia Williamson. Marilos has it for the Lady Cougars. Carter up top. Little hot potato between her and Williamson. Here's Crystal and Boston from 14 feet, no good, and Farah clears it. Williams the one with it right now. Just 10 starts and 26 games last season. But she's been a big player for USC Aiken this year. Suzuki's already hit 2 3-pointers this afternoon. Got to get a handout on her. Her season high is just 12 points this season. Had that a couple of times against Georgia College and UNC Pembroke. Speaking of getting a handout on someone, Marilos was open there. Couldn't quite connect. A little strong, back rims it. Gardner tried to feed Anderson down low and instead turns it over. So the Lady Cougars shooting 5 of 9 from behind the arc. USC Aiken 3 for 5. 8 made 3-pointers already between these two teams. And we're real early on in this one. Boston has it down low, up top. Great look for Williamson. Oh, off the mark, no good that time. Would have been her second made 3. Suzuki with it into the front court. 2-wheel. Anderson, a little bobble, met by Boston. Boston knows she's got to get out on her. Great awareness there as Anderson will launch from deep. Marilos cuts that one off. Great defense here by Columbus State. A forced 3 from the corner, way short. This time Suzuki misses, but the offensive rebound and the putback eventually by Gardner. Gardner gets her first points of the game, so all 6 players have now scored for USC Aiken. Again, they've only dressed 6 for the game tonight. All 6 of them already on the score sheet. Not a great look there, and a turnover, a silly one there by CSU. Lady Cougar lead down to 1. USC Aiken a chance to take the lead here. Way off the mark, though, on that shot attempt. Farah saves it, but right to Williamson. Williamson, the only one down for the Lady Cougars, goes behind her back and can't quite get the layup to go. Went right through Suzuki there, but couldn't finish. She's now 2 of 6 from the field. Whistle blown there. Something that we haven't seen pretty much this entire game. Whistles have been real quiet in this one. That's the way we like it. I'm already loving this officiating crew. Keeping the fouls at a minimum. Val's the one that picks up the foul there. So Dawkins with 1 foul, Marilos with 1 foul, and that's it. No fouls for USC Aiken. Just 2 total fouls this entire game. And we'll make it 3 as Marilos reaches in and picks up her second. So Williams will have it up top. The sophomore guard only had 3 points against Columbus State earlier this season, as Ebony Williams has been everywhere for the Lady Cougar defense, forcing another turnover. That's her third steal of the game. They go down low to Boston. Farrah's going to give her a lot of space there as she misses the mid-range jumper. That's usually a spot that Boston will hit him from. Down low, Farrah gets fouled. She'll head to the free throw line. It's going to send Farrah to the free throw line. She already completed that and one opportunity in the first quarter. Ten points now in the game already for Kwajalein Farrah. She's scored in double figures every single game except 3 of them this season. No good on the second attempt. So the score will remain tied. USC Aiken still looking to jump out in front. Last lead was early on in the first quarter, and Merlos another tray. Already her 4th made 3 this game. Down low, up top now. Little pump fake as they go back down to Farrah. Left it short. Dawkins fighting for the board. It'll be Lady Cougar ball. How about Val Merlos right now? Her career high is 19 points. Happened against Fort Valley State when she hit 5 from behind the arc. But she was hitting 3s against USC Aiken earlier this season when these two teams squared off. She hit 3 from behind the arc. They squared off early on in the season. In fact, that was one of the first conference game of the year for the Lady Cougars. Merlos from about 25 feet. Oh, my. That was a heat check shot there. Well, when you've already made 4 3-pointers, I think you'll be completely okay with that shot being hoisted up. Under 5 remaining here until the halftime break. Over it goes. Suzuki trying to feed Farrah. Great defense there as Dawkins was fronting Farrah, and eventually it's going to turn into a turnover and should take us to the media timeout. 28-25, Lady Cougars on top by 3.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender or the color of your skin, or whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle. No matter what you play, if you have the skill and drive to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
The American dream to me as an immigrant means having the opportunities that my parents didn't have. Being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed for me to get to this point. It was paying off.
Estoy muy orgulloso de Michael por haberse graduado de colegio.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not had a scholarship. It would just relieved a lot of the financial burden.
These are your teams, your players, your community of fans. This is where they play, where they practice, where you cheer. At every meet, every event, every game. Your
Back on Cougar Sports TV, 28-25. Lady Cougars have themselves a 3-point advantage. Under 5 left here before the halftime break. Both of these teams have come out firing and have been connecting on their shots, especially those from distance. Ebo, little crossover, and gets that little floater to go from about 10 feet out. Ebony Williams, a nice move there for the Lady Cougars. Williams has it, picked up by Carter. Suzuki on the right, inside goes to Anderson, almost another steal. That ball deflected should stay here with USC Aiken. They inbound it to Farah. Some of these are gonna players for the Pacers, and they're gonna have to play a whole lot of minutes here tonight. Gonna have to pick and choose where you call your timeouts and take full advantage of the breaks that you're given. It's gonna be a rough go around here with just 6 dressed for USC Aiken. Here's Two Wheel. The senior gives that one over to Anderson. Into the corner, got to get a handout on Suzuki's face. She's already hit a couple of threes. Nice drive, bounce pass, Farah, left it long. Arian Dozier, who's just checked into the game, picks it up. Marilos, 2 come out on her. As Carter will dump that one over to Dawkins. Williams tries a crossover. Ooh, tough shot there by Ebo. Right in the grill of Anderson. Gets it to go down for CSU. That's 6 points now for Ebo. She'll pick up Anderson up top. Two Wheel drives on Marilos, who's going to be hacked there by Dozier. She'll head to the free throw line for 2. That's the 4th team foul on the Lady Cougars. Still not a single foul on USC Aiken this entire game. We're 17 minutes into this game, and USC Aiken still has yet to pick up their first personal foul. That's a phrase you want to hear when you know you only have 6 dressed for the game. No foul trouble whatsoever as of now to worry about for the Pacers. Two Wheel, a 68% free throw shooter this season. Got the first one to go down and gets them both. 12 points and 8 boards. That's what she's averaging this year. She's been a regular inside the USC Aiken starting lineup throughout her career. 13 starts last year as well. That one left way short as Ebo gets the offensive rebound, goes in for the layup, can't get it to go down. Loose ball still there, and Anderson's going to be fouled. That's going to put the Lady Cougars over the limit. That'll send Anderson on a walk all the way down to take 2 shots. Well, shout out to our Lady Cougar softball team as they are in the house this evening in attendance cheering on our Lady Cougar basketball team. They've come with faces painted, signs, yelling and whooping and going crazy on the far sideline. It's great to have the Lady Cougar softball team in action, at least here inside the Lumpkin Center. They'll be in action on the actual diamond. They'll be in action this upcoming weekend for another Lady Cougar softball tournament. It's going to be a fun one. We're actually going to be broadcasting that one right here on Cougar Sports TV. First time we've been able to broadcast Lady Cougar softball this season. We've had a bunch of conflicts anytime they've had games so far this year, so it's great to finally be out there over at Cougar Field cheering on our Lady Cougar softball team. There's Dozier, a chance to get an and one here for CSU. That one skirts out. Here's Two Wheel into the corner. Down low, that's a great cut. Back door, wide open, a layup for Madison Williams down low. Defense lost track of her. Little ball watching there from CSU. Down low, triple team, leaves someone open. It's Kayla Carter for 3, no good off the mark. Look at Dawkins fighting for the board and puts it back in. Flexing as she comes down the court. Oz Dawkins, 4 points and 4 rebounds as the pressure defense starting to ramp up here from CSU. They almost picked up another turnover. 8 turnovers here in this first half from USC Aiken. They play the home run ball. It's up for grabs as Dawkins is going to save it right to Dozier. Hustle play there. Excellent. Well done by Dawkins. Look at Dozier to the rack, and she's fouled. She'll head to the line for 2. Superb hustle play there from Ajane Dawkins. Just getting to it in time to save it for CSU. Dozier, no good on the first one. Not a great free throw shooter this season. In fact, just 54% from the line is Arian Dozier. 0 for 2 this evening. Wouldn't have mattered anyways. A lane violation there on the Lady Cougars. USC Aiken breaks the press. They do so easily. Here's two-wheel. Kick out Suzuki. Another open look from distance. This time she misses. She was 2 for 3. Here comes Williams. A little crossover. Floater with the right hand inside the lane. Bumps the lead up for the Lady Cougars. 38-30. CSU on top by 8. Williams to Anderson. Picked up by Dawkins. This 8-point lead, the largest lead of the night here for CSU. This is the way that you want to finish the first half, and Kayla Carter comes up with a steal. Takes it right out of two-wheel's hands, goes behind her back. Oh, lost the ball and got bumped. No foul was called as she hit the deck. She went behind the back there to get around her defender and then just got pushed to the deck. No foul was called, but it's going to stay here with the Lady Cougars. Up top, Carter. Oh, Eba wide open. Misses the mid-range. She was making those all pregame. They're going to hit Merlos. Can she hit another tray? In and out, halfway down. She's already hit 4 from behind the arc. Missed her last 2. 33 seconds and counting left here in the first half. 38-30. Suzuki, the bounce pass. Williams bobbled it in the corner. Gets a screen from Farah. Up top, two-wheel. Oh, little give and go. Beautifully done there by the Pacers. Nice play from USC Aiken. So the Lady Cougars shot clock off. A chance to hold for the final possession of this first half. Down to 10 seconds and counting here. Merlos has it near side. Dawkins goes right around Farah, puts it up, no good, no foul was called, ball still loose, and it's going to go to the Pacers. 3.7 left here in this first half. Got to get a stop here if you're the Lady Cougars. Nothing easy. They play the home run ball again, and it goes straight to Dawkins, who comes up with another steal. Up ahead, Carter has it, good if it goes! Off glass, no good. Well, the Lady Cougars got off to a great start from distance. Val Merlos leading the way. 4 made three-pointers. She's got 12 points. Tied atop all scorers with Farah, who also has 12 for the Pacers. Lady Cougars shooting 44% from the field in that first half on 6 made threes. USC Aiken, they've made 3 from distance themselves. That's going to take us to the halftime break here on Cougar Sports TV. 38-32. The Lady Cougars on top by 6. Stick around. We'll be back here on Cougar Sports TV.
Where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
We can stop to make sure someone is okay. Get in the way and disrupt the situation.
Notify an authority.
Or walk them home safely.
We can change the language around rape.
We can make campuses safer for our teammates, our friends, and our classmates.
We cannot be bystanders.
Taking action isn't always easy, but it's on us
to intervene.
Because we can. Learn more and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Opportunity to me means doing the things that will make you a better future. I always dreamed of graduating from college. So being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed was paying off. Having an athletic scholarship for the University of Mount Olive was key for my success. that I had the opportunity to not only get an education, but be able to develop as an individual.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
NCAA Teamworks is how the NCAA, member schools, student athletes, and corporate champions and partners actively engage in outreach efforts where national championships are played. Through initiatives such as NCAA Community 101 service learning projects, disaster relief efforts, youth clinics, backpack and school supply donations, and support of Special Olympics and the Make-A-Wish Foundation, the NCAA and its partners work together to leave a lasting legacy in the community. For more information on NCAA Teamworks, go to ncaa.com/teamworks.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not run Division II cross country for the University of Mount Olive. Having an athletic and academic scholarship was key for my success. Our coaches were really helpful with balancing out my academics and athletics. I decided to attend graduate school because I wanted to become an athletic director. Receiving the postgraduate scholarship through the NCAA provided me with the flexibility to choose the school that I wanted. So now I know that I can accomplish any goal that I set for myself.
On and off the court, we're focused on creating lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. More college athletes are earning degrees than ever before, but we've still got work to do. That's why we're raising the bar for incoming freshmen, so they're prepared when they get to campus, and why teams can't play in championships unless they make the grade. Education matters, and putting academics first creates a pathway to a lifetime of opportunity. While they're focused on success, we're focused on them. Because protecting college athletes doesn't only happen on the field. After the buzzer, it's about healthier student athletes. So we're reforming to meet their needs, investing in groundbreaking research, and changing the conversation around mental health. We're working hard to protect college athletes, because prioritizing their well-being creates a pathway to a lifetime of opportunity. Across divisions, sports, championships, and schools for nearly 500,000 student athletes. College sports create lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. We've raised the academic bar, so more are earning degrees, creating healthier campuses by working with the nation's brightest minds, and making sure more have the chance to succeed and are supported on their journey. But beyond the numbers, it's about opportunity, and we're working to provide it for every student athlete.
The American dream to me as an immigrant means having the opportunities that my parents didn't have. Being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed for me to get to this point. It was paying off.
Estoy muy orgulloso de Michael por haberse graduado de colegio.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not had a scholarship. It would just relieved a lot of the financial burden.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay, get in the way, and disrupt the situation.
Notify an authority.
Or walk them home safely.
We can change the language around rape.
We can make campuses safer for our teammates, our friends, and our classmates.
We cannot be bystanders.
Taking action isn't always easy,
but it's on us
to intervene.
because we can. Learn more and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
From court to court and lane to lane under the lights or under the sun, no one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of Division II college sports.
It's more than a whistle or a call. We're committed to giving college athletes a fair shot, on and off the field. Covering the full cost of attendance, because college costs go beyond tuition. Keeping dreams on track, regardless of performance or injury. And creating equal opportunities and inclusive environments. It's about respecting college athletes and prioritizing fairness to build a pathway to lifelong opportunity.
As a student athlete in college, I first got involved with the NCAA at the national level. It was through the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, SAC, gave me an opportunity to advocate on behalf of all student athletes, to affect change and to make an impact. The NCAA is giving the student athlete a platform to voice their concerns and to be able to advocate for what's going to affect their well-being. The policies that are being put in place are speaking towards academics, they're speaking towards well-being, they're speaking towards fairness, creating a culture so that the student athletes have the best experience as possible.
Label me.
You know you want to.
Don't be shy.
You do it behind my back.
So say it to my face.
You don't know me. You know what I am?
I'm a pitcher.
I'm a striker.
I'm a point guard.
I'm a linebacker.
I'm a setter. Shortstop. High jumper.
Wrestler.
Defender.
Goalie.
Student.
Student athletes.
That's who we are.
As Division II student athletes, we are committed to being our best.
Division II National SAC is proud to partner with the Sports Science Institute to play a role in the cardiac safety and health of student athletes.
Although many student athletes with heart conditions live healthy, active lives, up to 10 NCAA student athletes die each year of sudden cardiac death during athletic activities.
The facts are that immediate delivery of CPR and AED saves lives, so everyone should be CPR and AED trained. Please join us in this important initiative. Make it yours.
Choosing the right college can be a challenge. Does it offer degrees suited to your career goals? Are emerging fields of study more your interest, like cybersecurity, gaming, or environmental science? What about extracurricular activities, such as campus life, study abroad, or honors? Are scholarships and financial assistance available? Columbus State University has always been one of the most affordable colleges in Georgia. Now it's also one of the fastest growing. When you ask the right questions, you'll find out why CSU should be.
There are over 480,000 college athletes. Only 2% would go pro. That means over 470,000 will not get a shoe contract. No autographs. No private jets.
Welcome back here on Cougar Sports TV inside the Lumpkin Center. 38-32. It's a 6-point advantage for the Lady Cougars as we are getting set for second half action. Columbus State jumped out to the early advantage, but the Pacers fought back hard, eventually tying the game at 25 apiece before the Lady Cougars open up their largest lead of the game at 38-30 with just under a minute to play, and it sits now at a 6-point advantage as we are about to begin the third quarter of play. Peach Belt Conference quarterfinals winner advances to the semis to take on the winner of Lander and Young Harris. That will be semifinal number 1 that takes place at 5 o'clock this upcoming Saturday. We'll get some updates for you on the other 3 quarterfinals that are going on to track all of that to see potential opponents for the Lady Cougars if they are to come away with a win and advance here this evening. Made it all the way to the Peach Belt Conference Championship game last year before falling victim to North Georgia. It was a great run by CSU. The year before that, they lost in the semis, and the year before that, well, that was that big Elite 8 run where they won the PBC title and the region title as well. Jumper goes down for Aj Dawkins. Got a friendly roll there for CSU, 40-32. By the way, a couple of updates for you as far as the other games go. Young Harris trailing by 20 at the halftime break against Lander. So if Lander is to hang on, which they are the #1 seed anyways, as you see the layup there from Ebony Williams, it will presumably be Lander versus the winner of this one in semifinal #1. Long ways to go, though, in this one. That ball rattles home there for a two-wheel. She's had a good start here in this game for USC Aiken. 7 points, 5 boards, and a couple of assists. So far, leading the way, you would not have expected to hear Val Merlos and Ebony Williams, the two leading scorers for the Lady Cougars, both in double figures right now for CSU. 12 for Merlos, 10 for Ebo. One in double figures, that's Farah for the Pacers. Well, despite playing just 6 players for USC, I can see two-wheel hit another jumper up to 9 points. Remember, they came off one of their best games of the entire season, an absolute stunner at home against Lander, defeating Lander by 20 points, playing just 6 against the Bearcats of Lander, the best team inside the Peach Belt Conference. It's a phenomenal win for USC Aiken, and you know after that one that their confidence built a ton, and they weren't going to be afraid of anyone, no matter how many were suiting up for them. Lee's going to go out for CSU. Val Merlos already coming in. Just 2:18 into this second half. USC Aiken, they're going to make a substitution as well as Anderson, the first one off the bench. Going to come in for Gardner. Two-wheel trying to inbound it, looking, eventually gets it in to Anderson, double team there. Dawkins forced to miss, but couldn't corral the rebound. Up top, Suzuki, bounce pass, it's Williams. Anderson. And they're gonna call 3 in the key. Well, they called 3 in the key on one end. Give it to both sides, a 3 in the key turnover for each of these squads now. And another turnover for the Lady Cougars. $14 turnovers, by the way, for USC Aiken already. They're very close to their season average. They do average a lot. They average 18 turnovers a game, almost their 15th right there. And they don't force a lot of turnovers, but the Lady Cougars, they've turned it over 7 times so far themselves. 15 on the shot clock for Anderson. Bounces it over to Suzuki. 2 for 4 from behind the arc. He's got 6 points. Two-wheel. Already made a couple buckets here this third quarter. Tries to go down to Farah. Instead, Boston cuts it off. Excellent job defensively there by Crystalline Boston to cut that pass off. Here's Carter up top. Boston from the elbow. No good. That one was affected by Farah, but Kayla Carter gets the offensive board. Oh, she can't get the putback to go down. Went with the right hand on the left side of the bucket. Carter averaging just over 10 points a game this season, 10 points and 5 boards. She's got 5 points to go along with 6 assists in this one. Merlos isn't afraid to fire. Off the mark, no good. She goes back on defense as Carter grabs the offensive rebound. Over to Ebo, rejected at the rim. Great job by Farah up top. Merlos steps inside the three-point arc this time. No good. Ball bouncing, and it goes to USC Aiken. A couple of misses there from Merlos. Here's Williams into the front court. This Lady Cougar defense has been pretty stout for the most part this afternoon, or this evening. I keep thinking that we're in the afternoon part, but we're already into the evening here in Columbus, Georgia. Just shy of 6:30 local time, and there's a backdoor cut from Gardner. Chesney Gardner, the freshman from Black Mountain, North Carolina. She was the 2019 North Carolina Female Athlete of the Year. Over there at Owen High School, a 4-time all-conference selection. Average just shy of a double-double her senior season as Dawkins hits the 10-foot jumper. She's got 8 points to go along with 5 boards. And now the defense for the Lady Cougars starting to ramp up a bit. Makes such a difference when they make a bucket and can set up that pressure defense. Here's Two-Wheel inside the arc, no good. Dawkins clears it. Carter to the corner, it's Ebo. Great look up top, can't get it to go down. Kayla Carter now 1 for 4 from behind the arc. Hit that first one, he's missed 3 since. Both her and Leasia Williamson, they hit one each early on in the first quarter. But now a combined 2 of 7 from behind the arc. Suzuki throws up a wild prayer there, no good as Boston gets the rebound. Well, it looks like the Lady Cougars are just as tired as USC Aiken. And this is a team that only has dressed 6 out there as Ajane Dawkins is going to get the end one. Lady Cougars have slowed the pace down here. What a great look from Kayla Carter. She's going to pick up assist number 7 in the game. And that's going to be a foul on USC Aiken, which will take us to the media timeout. 46-38. Lady Cougars on top by 8.
Instead, they will walk away with something much more valuable.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
Don't you worry, my child. Everything's gonna be just fine. Little darling, you keep on walking, 'cause I ain't never gonna leave your side.
Coming out of the media timeout, 4:37 left here in the third quarter. It's 46-38. Lady Cougars on top by 8, and Ajane Dawkins at the line trying to make it a 9-point Lady Cougar advantage. Dawkins, by the way, into double figures. The third Lady Cougar in double figures this evening. She's got 10, make it 11. 11.6 boards and 3 steals for the senior. Here comes the pressure defense, a steal by Dawkins. Up top they go. Kayla Carter leaves it. Val Merlos, top of the key. Left it long. It's a good look from Merlos. She's had a couple of them here past few possessions. Now 4 of 11 from behind the arc. Remember, she started 4 of 5. She's missed her last 6 from distance. Down low, Anderson, the pump fake, drives on Dawkins, gets rejected at the rim. Oz with the block. Here comes Merlos into the front court. Over to Dozier, to Carter. Lady Cougars a chance to make it a double-digit lead. Off the mark, no good. Ebo fighting for the offensive rebound, gets it, and Columbus State can reset. Merlos left open, left wing, drives, floats it up with the right hand, goes off glass. She made a 2-pointer. First 2-pointer of the game for Val, and a timeout is taken by the Pacers. Coach Mark Miller in his 4th season at the helm of USC Aiken calling the timeout. We'll take a quick break. 11-point lead here for CSU.
As Division II student athletes, we are committed to being our best.
Division II National SAC is proud to partner with the Sports Science Institute to play a role in the cardiac safety and health of student athletes.
Although many student athletes with heart conditions live healthy, active lives, up to 10 NCAA student athletes die each year of sudden cardiac death during athletic activities.
The facts are that immediate delivery of CPR and AED saves lives, so everyone should be CPR and AED trained. Please join us in this important initiative. Make it yours.
49-38. It's an 11-point Lady Cougar advantage, largest lead of the night. 3:43 left in this third quarter. Columbus State is trying to advance to the semis of the Peach Belt Conference. Columbus State, the only Peach Belt Conference member to appear in all 29 PBC tournaments. How about that? The only one to appear in the tournament every single season. They've got a 42-23 all-time record in the PBC Conference tournament with 5 tournament titles. A miss there from Kayla Carter. Last one obviously coming back in 2016. They went 31-2 that season. 18-1 in conference play. Just steamrolled their way all the way to the Elite Eight before falling victim. That was led by Coach Anita Howard, now down at Georgia Southern, as you see the and one from Farah. Coach Matt Hauser for CSU, his first season at the helm, and you know, the Lady Cougars obviously have had a few losses here and there that they'd like back, but an overall 18-8 record, 13-7 inside of conference play. It's not something that you're just going to hang your head at, but they will look at a few missed opportunities and a few wins that they felt they let slip away. But at this time of the season, you got to forget about all of that. It's tourney time. It's postseason. You're in a win or go home scenario. All you got to worry about is the game at hand. Here's Ebo, open look from 18, no good. Rebound corralled there by Anderson as she fought off Dawkins. Here comes Williams, lead down to 6 for CSU. Anderson picked up by Williams up top. Two-wheel has been the one to give it to in this second half. She's got 12 points now in the game. Suzuki corner look, got it. Her third made three-pointer of the game. And now Coach Hauser is going to call himself a timeout. A quick little run here. It's an 8-0 run by USC Aiken. They've cut the Lady Cougar lead down to 3. We'll take a break here on Cougar Sports TV.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender or the color of your skin, or whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle. No matter what you play, if you have the skill and
2:19 left here in the third quarter, 49-46. Columbus State had their largest lead of the game at 49-38 with 3:43 left, but in the last 90 seconds, it's been an 8-0 run by USC Aiken. Down low they go, great look. Reverse layup sent inside from Arian Dozier. Dozier with 4 points, and now the pressure defense ramping up. Two-wheel breaks the press. Here comes USC Aiken into the front court. Over to Williams. Anderson, not afraid to launch him. No good on that attempt, but Fair is there, and she's fouled. $14 points and 8 rebounds to go along with 3 blocks for Quajellan Farah. As Quajellan will have a chance to get a couple more points here on the board. No good, though, on that first attempt. She put up a monster game against CSU, and these two met all the way back on December 18th. That was in Aiken, South Carolina. Quajellan had 17 points and 13 rebounds in that one. But it was still a dominating win for CSU. They took down USC Aiken 82-60 in that one. These two have actually met 8 times now in tournament play, so make it 9 if you include tonight's game. CSU holds a 6-2 advantage in conference tournament play between these two. They last played in the quarterfinals of 2017. Kick out, corner look. Merlos got it. 5th made three-pointer of the game. She's got 17, leads the way for CSU. Foul called on the Lady Cougars, but only the 3rd team foul for CSU. They've got another foul to play with. No worries right now if you're the Lady Cougars. You can keep applying the pressure defensively. They trap Farah there, who gives it off to Williams. Madison Williams getting around Ebony Williams. Almost a turnover there, and it's going to be, as that was not deflected by the Lady Cougars. Exactly 60 seconds left here in this third quarter, and the Lady Cougars on top, lead back up to 7. Merlos will inbound it. Kayla Carter gets it up top. Thought about taking a three, now takes it and banks it in. She called glass. I saw it. Right here courtside. Little hesitation on that shot, and then all of a sudden hits the backboard and goes in. Down low, a rocket to Farah. Too hard of a pass there. As Gardner points at herself, says, my bad, and it's going to be another turnover for USC Aiken. Well, they cut the lead all the way down to 3, and now CSU bumps it back up to 10. They have a chance to add to it right here. 57-47. About an 11-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Uh-oh, Kayla Carter looking for another one. Oh, halfway down and out. Farah keeping the dribble alive there as she hit the deck. It will be USC Aiken ball. Shot clock off with 23.7 left here in the third quarter. So Carter 2 of 6 from behind the arc. Williamson 1 for 3, and Merlos 5 made threes, 5 of 12. Two-wheel into the front court. Fake the bounce pass, instead goes all the way to the rack. What a take there by Two-wheel. Now the Lady Cougars can take the final shot of the third. Carter with it. Over to Merlos. Picked up face-to-face there by Two-wheel. Bounce pass to Carter. They got to go down to 3 seconds. Carter's going to hoist one up. Can't get it to go. And that will take us to the end of the third quarter. 57-49. Let's buckle up, folks. We got 10 more minutes to play. A chance for the Peach Belt Conference semis on the line.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender or the color of your skin, or whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle. No matter what you play, if you have the skill and drive to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
The American dream to me as an immigrant means having the opportunities that my parents didn't have. Being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed for me to get to this point. It was paying off.
Estoy muy orgulloso de Michael por haberse graduado de colegio.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not had a scholarship. It would just relieved a lot of the financial burden.
These are your teams, your players, your community of fans. This is where they play, where they practice, where you cheer. At every meet, every event, every game. Your community is passionate.
10 minutes to go, a berth to the Peach Belt Conference semifinals on the line. Lady Cougars on top by 8, 57-49. We welcome those back on Cougar Sports TV. Merlos, can she hit her sixth? Nothing but the bottom of the net. Give herself a career high on that make. She's on fire this evening. She's got 20 points now, a new career high for the senior. Look at the defense there, Kayla Carter. Bench mob helping her up. Now the pressure starting to all of a sudden ramp itself up here inside the Lumpkin Center. How about Val Merlos? 6 made threes, 20 total points off the bench. Her previous career high was 19 against Fort Valley State. That ball's up for grabs. Merlos trying to play cornerback in the backfield. She's going to get fouled there by the freshman Gardner. Gives her a little look as she walks across half court. Got to practice those safety skills there if you're Val Merlos. 57-49 at the start of this third quarter. Now it's 60. Can it be 63? Oh, off the mark, no good. She's looking for her 7th made three. It's going to go up pretty much every time she touches the ball right now. A walking flamethrower right now is Val Merlos. Crystalline Boston will head to the free throw line here for CSU. Again, just 6 dressed for the Pacers this evening. Bench as thin as it gets, and they're just having to rotate that one player in and out constantly, trying to give their players a little bit of breathers. 62-49 now, CSU on top by 13. Ebony Williams picking up Madison Williams in the backcourt. One of the best on-ball defenders inside the entire conference. Williams picked up by Dozier. Here's Ebony Williams up top on Suzuki. Gets down in her stance. Two-wheel, steps inside, behind the elbow, no good. Dozier clears it. Ebony Williams, she wants a three. Oh my goodness, Ebony Williams getting in on the three-point action tonight. Well, when Ebo's draining a three, you know it's a great night for the Lady Cougars. She's made just 4 3-pointers this entire season, make it 5 after that one. Skip pass, the other Williams trying to answer back, no good. Boston corrals it. Over to Kayla Carter. Kayla Carter into the front court right now. Carter driving, corner. Ebo wants another three. No good that time. This whole crowd would have lost it had she made back-to-back threes for the Lady Cougars. $15-point advantage, just under 8 minutes to play here. A berth to the semifinals on the line. The only other game happening right now, Lander and Young Harris. Lander had a 20-point lead at the halftime break. They're still up by 20, 42-22, halfway through the third quarter. So they're on their way to a win, which potentially could set up a Lady Cougar Bearcat showdown in the tournament semifinals. Out goes Boston. In comes Taxiana Wilson. Her first time in for the Lady Cougars. They inbound it, and Kayla Carter rips it away. Another steal for CSU. Carter has Dozier on the right. Bounce past the Dozier off glass. Oh, can't get the and one. Now she'll head to the free throw line for 2 shots. Can't connect again for the Lady Cougars. One more to go, 64-49. Columbus State just trying to break this game open late here as Dozier gets the second one to drop. Let's push this lead up towards 20 here if you're the Lady Cougars. Put this one out of reach. Into the front court as they break the press. Gardner's there with the lay-in off glass. You like to see CSU close this one out strong. Give them that momentum heading into a semifinal game if they come away with a win. Here's Dozier. No good. A short little jumper. Can't get it to go down just 10 feet away. USC Aiken, though, they're not going to go away without a fight. Down low, they get it to Farah. Steps back, gets that one over Wilson. Can't get it to go down. Wilson gets the rebound. Two Aiken players collide. They're down on the ground right now. It's numbers here for the Lady Cougars. They missed the shot. Ebo is there, gets fouled on the putback. It was 5v3 there for about 10 seconds for CSU. Going to get the bucket, but they'll at least get 2 free throws out of it. Lady Cougars gonna make their free throws. Not really a great free throw shooting team this season. Just a 61% free throw shooting team this year. That one bounces out as well. Still a 14-point lead here for Columbus State. Gardner up top. Williams, 15 on the shot clock. Farrah just standing there at the elbow. Two-wheel to Suzuki. Bounces it down low. Williams, double teamed in the corner. Tries to get rid of it. Almost turned that ball over, and it's a wild attempt there by Gardner, who just throws it up. The freshman gets the foul called on the Lady Cougars, and she'll head to the free throw line for 2. Chesney Gardner, a 72% free throw shooter this season, good on the first. Well, we've gotten word that there are also just 6 players dressed out for the USC Aiken men's basketball team. So only 6 dressed out for the women's team tonight, and only 6 will be dressed out for the men's team tonight. Some thin benches for these 2 teams on USC Aiken with all of these suspensions that went down a week ago. Our men's basketball team will square off against USC Aiken at 7:30 local time. That's in about 45 minutes from now. So we wish our men luck on the road in Aiken, South Carolina. Down low, Dozier tries to go up and under, gets hacked. 2 free throws upcoming. Madison Williams, the one who picks up the foul there. Out goes Gardner. Anderson comes back in for the Pacers. Dozier gets a free throw to go. Just 1 of 4, make it 2 of 5. Lady Cougars as a team just 5 for 10, 50% from the free throw line. That's a common theme that's occurred all season long. See if we can go 2 for 2. How about that? 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Dozier's got 7 for CSU. Lead back up to 14. Foul applying the pressure there on Anderson. Williams on Williams. Here's Suzuki. 5:23 left in this game. Berth to the Peach Belt Conference semifinals on the line. Up top, Anderson launches one. Oh, bottom of the net. She hadn't hit a 3 all game. Gets that one to drop in. She's got 6 points and 8 boards. They're just hanging around right now. Refuse to go away. Marilos from about 24 feet. Dead on, but nothing but air. Maybe someone opened the door here, let a little draft in. That just hit the net, although it looked good from here. Two-wheel just gets it in to Williams. Can USC Aiken still hang around? Do they have one late run in them? It's going to have to start right here with two-wheel. No good on that three-point attempt. We're under 5 left in this one. They trail by double figures. Down low, Farah gets the lay-in. 17 points and 11 boards for the redshirt junior. Another monster game, no surprise. She's done it all season long. And you'll take that, though, if you're CSU. Let her get hers. You're trying to prevent everyone else. Here's Ebony Williams, mid-range. Left it short. Ball bounces to Madison Williams. They just won't go away. Lead into single digits, and they're going to have a chance for 2 more free throws. We've got 4:02 left. Folks, don't go anywhere. We're going to take a break. Make sure you head on back here to Cougar Sports TV. 67-58, CSU up 9.
Dedicated, supportive. You know the tension of a close game and the thrill of the win. So while you're cheering, keep an eye out for anything out of the ordinary. If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay. Get in the way and disrupt the situation.
Codify an authority.
Or walk them home safely.
We can change the language around rape.
We can make campuses safer for our teammates, our friends, and our classmates.
We cannot be bystanders.
Taking action isn't always easy, but it's on us.
To intervene.
Because we can. Learn.
Aiken at the line for 2 free throws. They've been trailing pretty much the entire game, but they've just been hanging around. They made a little bit of a late run here on a 9-2 spurt over the last 3:24, and they've got a chance for 2 more free throws. First one, no good. Two-wheel at the line. 68% free throw shooter this season. They need every point they can get to try to stay alive. They miss both free throws, and they get a putback. Dawkins hit the deck. Anderson was there to clean it up. Tough luck there for the Lady Cougars. Lead down to 7, 67-60. Carter down low. It's Boston. Over to Dawkins. Bumped by Anderson. Off glass. They're going to count it. Took a bump there and still finished off glass as Ajane Dawkins a chance for another and one. And it couldn't have come at a better time for Columbus State. No good on the free throw attempt, though. 13 points, 7 boards, and 4 steals for Dawkins. Both her and Merlos. Man, they've had some monster games here tonight. Merlos got a hand on that one. 3 in double figures for CSU. Dawkins, Merlos, and Ebony Williams. Suzuki inbounds it to Farah. 3:30 left in the game, 15 on the shot clock for Williams. Down to 6 on the shot clock. Williams, does she recognize it? Up top, Anderson, she's going to have to launch it. Down to 2, Farah just hoists one up, off glass, no good. And Boston corrals the rebound. That's the possession that you wanted to see there if you're a Lady Cougar fan. Now a chance to bump it back up to double figures. Carter has it in the corner. 10 on the shot clock. Oh, double team comes. Someone's open. Dawkins gives it to Ebony Williams. She's the open one. Mid-range. Ebo's got 14 on the night. CSU back up by 11, 71-60, just 2:35 left. They go down low. Farah over to Anderson, just outside the free throw line, connects. Can't just trade buckets, though, if you're the Pacers. They got to start getting some defensive stops, and they're not really applying any defensive pressure. Just letting CSU milk the shot clock. Dawkins to the corner. It's Merlos. Another one. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Val's got 23 tonight. Her 7th made three-pointer of the game. And that one may very well just about do it here inside the Lumpkin Center. A 12-point lead, 74-62. We're under 2 minutes to play. Williams applying the pressure defense. It gets to the hands of Two Wheel, who connects. Again, trading buckets. They've got to be absolutely gassed, just 6 dressed tonight for USC Aiken. They're going to have to start applying some sort of pressure defense. There was Suzuki getting a hand on that one. All right, now the Lady Cougars, they're content just milking this clock, and rightfully so. Well, the men's team in action in Aiken, South Carolina. Just over 30 minutes until tip-off. They, too, also only have 6 players dressed on the men's side. So 6 for the men, 6 for the women. A foul will be called on Suzuki there, a hand check foul. It's going to send Kayla Carter to the free throw line, her first free throw attempts of the game. Carter left that first one short. One free throw goes down for Kayla Carter, and a timeout is called. 1:18 left. It was called by Coach Hauser. We'll just stay right here on Cougar Sports TV. 75-64. Again, the winner of this game will take on the winner of the other quarterfinal match between Lander and Young Harris. Right now, it's a blowout, so it looks as though Lander will be the opponent for the Lady Cougars if they hang on to this 11-point advantage in the final 1:18. Lander on top of Young Harris, 57-29. Absolutely destroying the Mountain Lions tonight. 18 points on the night for Jessica Harris, one of the best players inside the Peach Belt Conference. So Lander well on their way to a semifinal appearance as the #1 seed, which means that they will be the team that hosts. It's the highest remaining women's seed that will host the Final Four for not only the women but the men's tournament as well. So Lander on pace to host the semifinals and the championship for the Peach Belt Conference for both the men and women's squads, as that one's knocked out of bounds. Kimmy Edgeworth has checked into the game here for the Lady Cougars. Final minute and 9 seconds of this one, 75-64. .15 on the shot clock. Corner look, Suzuki way short on that one. Carter grabs the rebound. And right now, USC Aiken not even fouling. Edgeworth up top. Merlo, step back. Oh, left it short. She wanted that one as Dawkins drives, gives it up top to Kimmy Edgeworth. She'll fire up a shot, no good, left it short. Seconds just ticking away in this one as the ball is knocked out there by Merlos. So Columbus State on their way to advancing to the Peach Belt Conference semifinals, where they will take on the Bearcats of Lander. That'll be a great rematch for CSU. Great defense from the Lady Cougars down low, and that should about wrap things up here. Let's dance, Lady Cougars. They're going to come away with the win, 75-64 inside the Lumpkin Center, as the Lady Cougars take down the Pacers of USC Aiken and will advance to the Peach Belt Conference semifinals, which will happen this upcoming Saturday at 5 p.m. 75-64, CSU takes down USC Aiken behind a strong performance by Val Merlos. 23 points on 7 made threes. Ebony Williams with 14 points, 5 boards, and 3 steals. And then Ajane Dawkins, 13 points, 8 boards, 4 assists, and 4 steals. So that will do it. The final game played inside the Lumpkin Center in this 2020 season. And the Lady Cougars coming off their home floor in style with an 11-point win ending the season for USC Aiken. Well, that's going to wrap things up for us here on Cougar Sports TV. That's going to wrap up our basketball season, at least on the women's side. The men's team, they're going to have